If your calendars are full but your bank account is empty, then this video is for you. I have been at my busiest point of my career and had less money than ever. My name is Mark Bailey and I own a photography studio that I've had for over 15 years. And I bring real world solutions to real world problems that we use in our studio at the moment. If you do find this useful, give me a like and a subscribe and follow along as we go through extra tips. Now, in today's video, I want to go through how being busy can give you the illusion of being successful, and we've definitely been there. I used to have a team of over 9 people working for me in my studio, and we were doing about 100 to 120 clients every single month, and each month was a struggle. We were bringing in big numbers each month, which was great, but the margins were so tiny. On a Saturday alone, we could have as many as 18 clients through the door. When you've got that many through the door, the customer service and the experience for your clients has to slip. It's too difficult, regardless of the team that you've got, to keep the level of experience needed for your clients to give your pictures that extra added value that they deserve. All you need is one client to turn up just 15 minutes late, which is always the case, especially in our circumstances, because we focus on children's photography, either newborn or cake smash photography. And if things get in the way, life gets in the way, clients are going to turn up late. So you have one of them turn up a little bit late and all of a sudden you're on the back foot trying to catch up. 18 sounds like a nightmare for most people. We used to have 2 studios to shoot in, and we'd also then have a design consultation room for people to see their pictures in as well. Looking at it on paper, you'd be like, wow, I've got 18 clients. I'm gonna make a fortune today. But you can have a very stressful day and it's not good for your clients. It's not good for you either. One of the big things that we realized was we were just stuck in an endless cycle. Now, maybe you can relate to this. You are busy, but you're struggling to make ends meet, because for us, we realized that we're nice and busy now on Saturday. What about if we need to make a little bit more money? Can we bring extra people on a Sunday? Can we bring people in during the week? And so all of a sudden we're spending more money on marketing, so the margins get a little bit smaller. But then you bring extra people in, which is great. Now, depending on how many you're bringing in, can you do that by yourself? Do you need help? Do you need the staff to come in? So then there's additional costs there for staff wages. Then there's the product cost for whatever it is they purchase. So it's very easy to end up in this I'm busy so I'm successful cycle, when actually the dream goal is to have a much higher average, not have to service as many clients, which means you've got extra time so you can then spend that on your clients and raise the experience for them. You do that, the average goes up again, and it just feeds itself. It goes through and through and through, which works really good. And that's what we did. Now, before, you can't just turn the tap off and go, great, I'm no longer doing all these clients, I'm just going to focus on these. You need to make sure you've got your systems in place and that you've got your data. So one of the things that we're very good at is collecting data. So we will have our call tracking sheets. So straight away, I know what my conversion rates are, I know what my pickup rates are for my clients. I also know how many leads I'm bringing in on average per day, per week, per month. That's very important, because then once I know that, I can then go through and look at my averages and go, with the current average, how many people do I need to see each month? I was then able to look at everything with the team. Do I need such a big team? And the answer was no, I didn't need as big a team. So as our team evolved and people would then move on to different pastures and things like that, we were able to make a decision on, do we need to hire somebody else for that role? Or actually, can we get rid of that role and work with a smaller team? And that's what we've done. We've reduced the size of our team. We were able to do that because I knew once we reduced our outgoings, I knew what the figure was that I needed. So you need to be a rock star. You need to know your numbers. On top of that, I was then able to look at it going, okay, with my current average, which is very stable, what would I need to bring in each month? So you need to know that as well. Know what your average is. So you're right, with an X amount of running costs, I can divide that by my average, which gives me an X number of clients I needed per month. Then I can split that up and what does that work out at per week? So divide that by 4.2, which is how many weeks are in a month. Now I know exactly how many clients I need to be bringing in. For us, that has dropped right the way down from 100 to 120 clients per month is what was needed, and for us to struggle. Now, I only need around about 40 clients per month. Split that up, that roughly works out around about 8 clients per week, which is a huge difference. I've gone from almost 25 per week to now only needing 8. And that gives me more profit than what all of they did, because that had a much higher running cost than what my smaller team, smaller studio, and smaller numbers need. If I only need this many as well, I don't need to spend as much on marketing either. So, and it's bizarre. If you looked at it, you would initially think, oh, a studio of 100 to 120 clients per month must make a lot more money than just 40 clients per month. But it's not what it makes, what it brings in. It's the profit, it's the margin that's more important. And this has a bigger margin than this. So for us knowing what those figures were, that was going off what the average was when we used to have a very busy calendar, and the customer service was good back then, but it wasn't as good as what we could make it. Now that I have less clients, I can spend more time on them. We can make sure that everything we've learned over here, we can bring over to this now smaller team, fewer clients, and better experience. And with our systems that we have in place, our average has gone up. So actually, we don't need the 40 clients, we need less, which is brilliant. And it's just feeding itself. And we are seeing an increase on our average going up. Now, I massively advise you not to just jump straight into this. If you're in this busy rut, you can't just let the team go. You can't just instantly reduce things. You need to get a full plan in place and think about how you would move across to that smaller, more profitable business model. So know your numbers. Go and have a look at what your conversion rate is, what your pickup rate is on the phones. Go and have a look at what your average spend is and how many people you're going to need. Then have a look at your systems that you've got in place. This is so important, because it's not just a case of bring your client in, take some pictures, make sure that they're nice and happy and off they go. You've got to make sure you're saying all the right things. You've got to make sure the client's getting the right communications at the right times. Now this can be difficult, especially if you work on your own. It's very easy to be working with a client when actually you should have sent a message to somebody, or you should have sent that payment link, or you should have sent that email with the frequently asked questions and things like that. For us, we have a very good system in place where a lot of this is all automated. And if you're interested in anything like that, drop me a comment and I can give you some details on what system it is that we use. But it's a system that we've built and it works perfectly. So good. A lot of automation in there, which then frees us up to spend time with these clients to make sure that they're not here just taking pictures. We try to make it almost like a spa day experience without the spa, if that makes sense. We want the clients to leave thinking that was amazing, that was awesome, what a great memory. If we get that right, they come back and they ask to buy the pictures. We're not trying to sell to them. It works so good. So my advice is look at all your figures. Don't get caught up in the trap thinking, oh, I need to be busier. Look at your margins, set your goals, go and achieve them, go and smash them. Make sure before you move on to get busier, do you need to be busier? Can you do something else? Because ultimately, we're not setting this up so we can become a slave to work. You're working to get money so you can go and live life and do the things you want to do. Go on the holidays, go enjoy time with the kids, be there at that Christmas panto and at that parents' evening and things like that, not so that you live at your studio. I hope this has been useful for you. I am going to touch on pretty much everything we've gone through in here in a lot more detail in future videos. So if you did find this useful, please give me a like and a subscribe. I'm a brand new channel. My first goal is to hit 20 subscribers. I'm on 6 at the moment, so please be one of my first to subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And anything that you'd like to see in the next couple of videos or so, please put it in a comment for me and I'll touch on that on the next one. That's it for today, guys. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.